Fala aí, rapaziada. What's up, everybody? This is my very first tournament analysis in English. My name is Vitor Dora. If you don't know me, just Google me. You're gonna see me around. I've been around for like 30 years in Jiu-Jitsu, been a black belt for 22 years under Master Carlson Gracie. I train at Fight Sports here in Miami. And I've been doing these analyses for quite a while now. And I'm always getting a lot of messages asking me to do those in English so that people can understand what I'm saying, because my other YouTube channel is in Portuguese. And now this is the very first time I'm doing it in English, just to get closer to you guys in the US and around the world that likes Jiu-Jitsu and grappling as much as I do and want to know another opinion about, like, no mainstream opinion here. I just throw it out. I don't have any scripts. I'm not doing anything for anyone. This channel is not monetized. I don't give a flying fuck about anything that people think. I just tell it as it is and the way I see it, okay, with my own experience. And I'm not trying to make any to help anyone or to do anything. I'm just throwing it out here so you guys can watch it and we can like exchange information afterwards. Just go in the comment section. I don't care if you're gonna press the button or subscribe. I don't care. Do whatever you want. I don't need your like. If you want to like it. If you don't, I don't care. So I'm never gonna ask for likes, for subscriptions, or for anything like that. Just listen to me if you want. Comment on the comment section so we can go back and forth here and have a healthy discussion about everything that we're gonna say. So I just watched Who's Number One in Dallas. So this is what happened. I'm gonna talk about the whole main card. There was three, if I'm not mistaken, three preliminary fights, three pre-card fights that I'm not gonna go through right now because I don't even remember exactly how they went through. But it was like it was so-so. It wasn't that good. But anyways, the event itself is always nice. Flow Grappling puts on a huge show. Even though this one was in Dallas, usually it's in Austin because that's where Flow Grappling's headquarters is located. But this one was in Dallas. I don't know why. But it happened in a very nice place. The mats are beautiful, always huge. I think it's like 42 by 42 feet mats, so they're very big. And it's on the floor, which I appreciate a lot. I hate when I see, man, you want me like flip. You want to see me flip on events is when I see freaking promotions putting mats on stages, and the stages usually are small, so the mats are small. So what happens? People fall from the height, and they get hurt, they get injured. It has to stop many times. I just despise events that put mats on the stage. It has to be on the floor. We need to like have everything on the floor. That's the best way to do it. And Who's Number One does it right. So first fight of the main card is like the card was stacked. The card was stacked. It was really cool. The names out there were really cool. And one thing that I really want to like call the attention here, a small detail, like out of the six, actually all the fights, even the preliminary ones, the previous card and the main card, all the fights, there was only one Brazilian fighter. So congratulations to American fighters and from other nationalities as well. I don't know if there was other people from other nationalities here or only, no, there was like two Australians like Levi and Craig Jones. I don't know if anyone else was from any other country other than the United States and Australia, but that's a great sign that Jiu-Jitsu is just gaining gaining great momentum in everywhere else in the world. And it's good to see that not only Brazilians are taking over, so Americans and Australians and people from around the world are taking over the scene now. So it's really cool to see that. The first fight that happened on the main card was Mikey Musumeci against Esteban Martinez, the Giant Slayer. So Mikey Musumeci is a very small guy. If you've never seen him in person, he's very tiny. Man, Esteban Martinez is half his size. That's how tiny Esteban Martinez is. But the kid is a monster. He just goes at it. He does not care. Like he throws himself at absolute divisions. He does not care. That's why his nickname is Giant Slayer. So it was a tough match. I mean, it wasn't that tough. It was tough because usually Mikey has a very easy time submitting his opponents, unless he fights Gabriel Souza, which he did last time, and Gabriel passed his guard twice and submitted him. But other than that, he has had like very easy, not easy fights, but he's that good. Mikey Musumeci is that good. So I was expecting more of Mikey, but Esteban Martinez, as I said, he's a freak. He won't stop. So he never stopped in front of Mikey. He was giving me a hard time trying to pass and just like doing all the cartwheel passes and trying to do everything that he could. And Caio Terra was doing a pre-analysis on the show, and he said exactly what happened. He said, Mike is gonna aim for the legs and for the feet, maybe get an ankle lock, a foot lock, or a heel hook, something like that. If he doesn't, he's gonna land on his back. And that's exactly what happened. So Caio Terra nailed it perfectly. Mikey tried to get to his legs, the leg intricacies there, but he ended up not being able to because, man, Esteban Martinez's limbs are so small that it's easy for him to take him out. So Mikey ended up on his back twice and won by not a split decision, it was an unanimous decision. So Mikey beat Esteban Martinez by unanimous decision and had to try Mountain Dew for the first time. That was a bet that he did with Jacob Couch. So it was cool. Second fight was Jacob Couch against David Garmo. And Jacob Couch, like the Hillbilly Hammer, he's very talented and he's really good. I like his game. But one thing I don't get is why is David Garmo there? I mean, I see David Garmo in every event and I don't see him winning. So why people keep inviting him? I don't have anything against the guy. It's just that I don't know why he keeps being like he's the number one in getting fights last minute. Because one thing you have to respect the guy. He takes any fights, whatever. I see it that every time that someone, I can't fight, I got injured, or someone got injured. I'm in. And he was like 20 pounds lighter than Jacob. So all respect to David Garmo, but I don't get it. There's like probably 10 other guys that would be a better match for Jacob Couch. But anyways, so I wasn't expecting anything different than Jacob Couch dominating the whole fight and submitting David Garmo, which is exactly what happened. He submitted in an inside heel hook, very nice one. He faked Jacob faked a leg entanglement there that he was. It was faking to put him on a honey hole. So when David Garmo tried to defend it, he got the inside heel hook in the air, like on the fly. It was really nice, really cool to see. Third fight was Brianna St. Mary and Tubby Alaquin. It was a very nice fight too. I was expecting Tubby to be a little more aggressive, but Brianna was like showed herself more prepared and wanting to win more. And that's something that I always say. And you're gonna like if you're starting to listen to me now, it's something that I always say is that the winner is the one that wants the most. You know, whoever wants more to win is gonna win. Probably is gonna win. So that's how I felt Brianna against Tubby. She wanted it more. So it was a split decision, but Brianna brought more action to the game, more action to the mats. And I really liked what she did. She tried some nasty wrist locks. I liked it because she was really trying to get to the best position that she could to submit Tubby. She couldn't get it, but she won split decision. Fourth fight was Elder Cruz against Nicky Rod. And that one was kind of easy to figure out who could win. Everybody was saying that Nicky Rod would like have an easy day. I could agree, but the Elder Cruz that showed up tonight, once again, wanted way more and was way hungrier than Nicky Rod, in my opinion. So Nicky Rod was like, okay, this guy is like so much smaller than me, even though he's strong, but I'm probably gonna like take him down whenever I want, and that never happened. Okay, so here's the deal. The fight was boring. I shouldn't say it was boring. Actually, I like the fights because I like fights. I don't care. I really like, I'm a fan of jiu-jitsu. I'm a fan of grappling, but I'm also a fan of action. They brought a lot of action, but it was 15 minutes standing. Two wrestlers, two grapplers with wrestling backgrounds. So they came at it. So styles make fights. And I knew from the get-go that none of these guys would put their backs on the mat. Even if they got taken down, they would just rush away from that and stand again. So I knew coming into the fight that it would be like a freaking, it would be a exchange of takedown attempts, and that's gonna be it. And that's exactly what happened. Both got really tired. I honestly agree that Elder Cruz was more aggressive and wanted more, was hungrier for the win, and he got the win. It was a split decision. And it was like he won the first 5 minutes. Nicky Rod was granted the second 5 minutes, but the decision went to Elder at the end, and I think it was right. Elder showed more heart and wanted more. That's in my opinion, right? But the fight sucked big time. I didn't like the fight. I mean, once again, I liked the fight, but it wasn't that show that you would expect from two big names. Which came on the next fight, which was the fifth in the co-main event, which was Ty Rotolo against Levi Jones-Leary. So that one I was expecting this and then some, because both kids bring a lot of action. They both bring a lot of action. They're never boring. You can never see a boring match. You can see a boring match with Levi. He was actually DQ'd once for no action. It's crazy. But with Ty, he'll have to push the pace as well. So Ty brought in hell on Levi's guard, and he was doing that ghost pass, that crazy pass that he goes around with the hands on the legs, and he was doing all that stuff. And Levi was like, great guard, but he was defending the whole time, tried to attack a couple of times. And when there was a moment where, and I love the rule set of Who's Number One, because since there's no points granted, so Ty has a lot of attacks up to from top to bottom, which usually makes him land on bottom and getting 2 points against him. So since there's no points, he can risk it all. So he was on top, and all of a sudden he threw himself to the bottom to try to get to Levi's back. He couldn't get to his back because Levi had a very good defense, but he almost landed on his back, like a berimbolo type of thing that he did. So he went back on top of it and started attacking his ankles and his heels. And in one of these attacks, I could notice that Levi didn't know what to do to defend the heel hooks. He wouldn't clear the knee line. And anyone that is listening to me right now and watching this video and is training, especially in no-gi, knows for a fact that the first thing you want to do is clear the knee line when you have like a honey hole, or you see yourself in a situation where your knee is locked in a position where the heel is coming up or is showing. So you want to clear the knee line. And neither did Levi try to take, nor I saw his coach, Murilo Santana, screaming at him. He never said, hey, clear the knee line. So he never tried to do that. And Ty started it was kind of a loose grip on the heels, but it became tighter because Levi couldn't clear it. It wasn't even trying to clear it. And once Ty got a hold of his foot, of Levi's foot, instead of going for a heel hook, he went for a straight knee bar, upside down, like belly down knee bar. Pretty much kind of what he did against Paulo Miao in 2019 ADCC. Like a belly down knee bar, straight knee bar, nasty. But that one was quick, and it seemed like Levi tapped so early. I don't know if he tapped early or if he never felt something like that. So it seems that Levi never been in that situation. That's my impression. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but that was my impression watching it. So if you watch it, let me know in the comments what you think. So that was like a beautiful submission from Ty, and Ty is now champ. So he won 170, and now he won 185. Now he won 170. So he has two belts, And when he went to the interview, he said that, okay, when he was asked what's next for you, Ty, and he said, oh, I'm gonna wait until like Craig and Pedro Marinho are done because I want to fight the winner because I want the third belt. What a kid, right? What a kid! Like Ty's the man. And it's his birthday tonight, so it's really cool. I mean, not tonight, it's tomorrow. Well, it's past midnight. So congratulations to Ty on the win and on his birthday. And I think that it makes a lot of sense that he fights one of the winner of that fight, which I'm gonna bring it to you now if you didn't watch it. So Pedro Marinho and Craig Jones. Like Craig Jones was by far the favorite. Pedro was the underdog, like by a mile. But there was one detail that people might have missed, which was in an interview earlier this week, Craig Jones said, "I will never pull guard again." And when I heard that, I said, okay, if he doesn't pull guard on Pedro, what is he gonna do? Wrestle Pedro? He's not gonna do good. And if Pedro is smart enough, he's not gonna take Craig down so he doesn't land in his guard. So that's exactly what happened. They started and Craig kept his promise, didn't pull guard, was exchanging takedown attempts with Pedro. But Pedro was smart enough not to try to take him down once. He didn't try to do anything. And Craig knew that if he went down on his legs, like double leg or blast double, he would get guillotined by Pedro, because Pedro's guillotine is like the nastiest you can find around. It's crazy. So Craig was like, I'm gonna wrestle this guy, but I can't double blast him. I can't like double leg him really. It's not gonna be easy. So Craig was having a hard time trying to attack. In 7 minutes in the fight, the referee came in for the second time and called their attention and said, you guys need to show more action. So then Craig like kneeled on the floor. Pedro just pushed him and he started playing guard, which was okay. And when Craig had his back on the floor, on the mats, like the crowd went crazy. Okay, now we're gonna see a lot of action. Craig is gonna do his crazy stuff in the guard. Man, Pedro passed his guard in 5 seconds. It was nuts. I could not believe what my eyes were seeing. Like, he passed his guard like nothing. Craig Jones's guard is one of the most dangerous guard in the game, right? Everybody agrees with that, for sure. Pedro passed his guard in 5 seconds. That was crazy. That was nuts. And he passed. He went north-south, got a body lock there, stayed for a little while, and then Craig was able to recover guard. And then Pedro was just playing there, and the fight was over. So it wasn't like a crazy action fight, but Pedro used the perfect strategy, and Craig once again didn't use any strategy and thought he could pull it off just by playing guard for a little while. But Pedro was so ready for him, so much hungrier, and wanting more than Craig. So now Pedro is the light heavyweight champion. He's supposed, I mean, the fight to make should be Pedro versus Tim Spriggs. Right, because he's the champion of the Who's Number One championship later last year when he submitted Kaynan Duarte. But Pedro versus Ty is not a bad one either. Can you agree with me? Tell me in the comments, what would you like to see first? Pedro versus Ty or Pedro versus Tim Spriggs? Because those are two beautiful fights to happen, right? So this was the event. I love the event. I think no, that's it. Yeah, no, that's it. So I went through all the fights. Yeah. So I love the event. It's always cool. People were texting me saying, "Oh, this was the worst Who's Number One ever." I definitely know that it wasn't the best. It wasn't the best. The fights, the names were good, but once again, styles make fights. So that one, Elder Cruz and Nicky Rod, sucked big time. If you're a wrestler, you probably liked it. You didn't like it because there was no takedowns, so you didn't like it either. But everything else was kind of, other than Ty and Levi, everything else was kind of expected, other than like Pedro and Craig, but it was kind of boring. I just loved it because I love Pedro, and I was like rooting for him, and it was beautiful. But yeah, the event wasn't that great of an event. By the way, Pedro called out Gordon Ryan. So that's another fight that could happen. Pedro wants to fight Gordon now. So there's a lot of stuff on Pedro's plate. That's really cool. That's really cool. So next event, next Who's Number One is March 25th, if I'm not mistaken. But we're going to have, like, I'm going to start doing a lot of analysis here. Gi and no gi. If you like more no gi, I mean, wait until there's a no gi event. But I'm going to do the gi events as well. Next event is going to be ADCC Trials South America. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be in Brazil. I'm going to be fighting the event. Even though I'm old as fuck, I'm going to be fighting the kids. I don't care because I love to fight. So I'm training hard. I'm going to be there. I'm going to fight. And I'm probably not going to do an analysis there because I'm not going to be paying attention to everything. I'm going to be focused on my fights. But the next week, the week following that, which is February the 12th, there's going to be another South American ADCC Trials in Sao Paulo. And that one I'm not going to fight, so I'm going to be watching close. And I'm going to be there live. And probably going to do an analysis on that. Okay, so stay tuned on this channel. Let your friends know that this started now. And it's a brand new channel, Victor Doria in English. I have the original channel, Victor Doria, which is where I do all the analysis in Portuguese. But if you want to watch it in English, it's right here. Okay? Thank you guys. God bless. Valeu, rapaziada. See you next time.